How to customize abandoned cart emails in Squarespace. Hey everyone and welcome, I hope you're all doing great. In this video I will take you step by step through the process. So I'm going to show you how to edit the actual automation itself, and also I'm going to show you how to edit or customize the email that is going to be sent out. So by default, Squarespace is going to create different emails that is going to be sent out for you. You just need to activate them. And by default, they're going to have its default look, which is not going to be very appealing. It's going to say, uh, general things, but you can actually go ahead and change that so it is going to fit your tone better and your brand voice, you could say. Now, it's not only going to be for the abandoned carts, but you are going to see the process and you're going to be able to apply the same steps to basically change all different emails out there. So let's just go ahead and get started. First, you just need to open up your Squarespace website like I'm doing right now. And then from here, you simply just go ahead and go to the main dashboard on the left panel. From here, you simply just scroll down until you find email campaigns. You should be able to find it and you should just simply click on it. Now, through the email campaigns, you're going to find a lot of stuff here, but we just don't need any of this. We just want to go beneath email campaigns. Once you actually click on it, you should be able to find automations. This is exactly where we need to go. So just click on automations, and this should open up a list of all sorts of automations that is actually created for you by default. Now you can actually go ahead and create your own abandoned carts automation, or you can just simply edit the one that is going to be present for you. And it should be at the top of the rest of the automations that are available. Now you simply just click on it, or not on it, sorry. You just want to click on the edit option or the pencil icon right next to it. And this is going to allow you to start editing the actual automation. Now, in the middle here, you're going to be able to find the actual automation, the trigger for it, the time delay, and also the action, which is going to be set to this trigger. So once this happens, it's going to delay it for 1 day, and after 1 day, it's going to send out an email. Okay, so generally speaking, if you're editing the actual automation for recovering abandoned carts, you're not going to basically adjust anything. You're just going to go to the email itself and adjust it. So what you can do is just you can actually click on this, you can click on the time delay, but you want to click on send an email, which is the action. And this is going to be the thing that you can actually edit through the pre-built automation. Click on edit email and you're going to be able to set up the email when it comes to looks, when it comes to design and everything. So the first thing that we want to do before we jump into the actual style of the email, we want to see that on the top right corner, we are going to be able to find both style and email. So go to email first, and from email you want to go ahead and change the subject line. Subject line by default is going to be site title, your cart is waiting. So you can just go ahead and remove this. If you want to remove the site title, you can feel free to do so. It's going to be pretty much a variable which is going to change into the actual site title. It's not going to just say site title, obviously. But you can just go ahead and change this and remove it and replace it with something better, which is going to be more fitting of your brand voice. So I'm just going to do test email because I suck with examples, and this is just going to suffice for this video. Next up, you also have the email preview, which is going to be right underneath the subject line. It's going to also give more details about the email and what it is about. So for example, if you're actually offering something for people to come back, you can actually go ahead and add this in here. Or if you, for example, if you don't want to offer anything, you just want to remind them, you can simply do it in your own way. So again, I'm just going to do, this is an example. Please come back. There you go. So once you set up the subject line and email preview, we're going to be able to actually set up the style and what is actually shown on our email. So first of all, you just want to click on style. This is going to pretty much show you or set up the style for the global email style. So you're going to be able to set up the colors, fonts, logos, headers, and so on. So just go and click on this and click on save and continue. Make sure you save after you did that. And it's going to take us to the other page where we are going to be able to set up everything that we need to set up. For example, you have the email background. If you click on this and change it, it's going to change the entire email background. But keep in mind, this is not going to be only for this one. Again, this is going to be the global one, so it's going to be universal. And you really want it to be that way. You don't really want to have, a bunch of colors everywhere flying around. Like each email is going to be separate. You want to keep a specific brand colors that you go with. This way, people are not going to be confused with what you have. So here, content background, if you want to set this up, also you can do it, which is going to be let's say the email itself. I'm just going to set it back to being white. Line color, I believe, is going to be the spacers. As you can see, we can feel free to change that. Now you have the font options here. For the font, you can change the font pack. So you have plenty. I'm not good with fonts, to be honest. I just pick whichever one is in front of me here for the time being. So I'm just going to go for this one. But obviously, if you know more about it, you can just go for your font or your brand fonts. Font sizes are things that you can also feel free to adjust. So if you want to increase the font size overall, you can feel free to do so. And you also have more things like the primary text color. So this is going to be black by default, or really depends on the template that you have. And you also have the secondary text color, which you are going to be able to see right here. You can see that it is grayed out, but you can feel free to change it. So it is, red or whatever color that you want. Again, this is going to be completely up to you and your preference and how you actually want to adjust it. Now within the sections, we have header, footer, and also the buttons. So if you click on header, we are going to start adjusting the actual header. For example, we have text as default, but we can change it so it is logo. And if you did not add your logo just yet, you will need to go back to the settings of Squarespace itself and add that. So instead of having to do that, right now, I'm just going to instead go for an image. And I'm just going to click on add image, upload file. And this is going to be residing in the header. Now, I do have this image, which could appear to be a good logo. So I'm just going to use it for the time being. But again, if you prefer to have it text or logo, it's up to you. You just simply filter between them. If it's text, you simply just do this and change it. If it's logo, just make sure you add your logo. If it's an image, you simply add your image. It's very simple. So once this is done, you simply just go ahead and change things like image height. Now, again, this is only for the image one. For the logo, I believe you're going to also have something similar to that. For the text, you're going to have the font size instead and more settings about it. So here I'm just going to change this. Elements title is going to be hidden, but you can also feel free to show it. And then we also have more things like layout left. You can also change that, and you have different layouts that you could choose from. Pick whichever one is going to look better for you and go with it. Section color is going to be usually, same color as the actual email itself. You don't, unless you have other plans. Actually, I'm just going to keep it this way. Who knows? So once this is done, again, you're going to have more things like the font pack for this individual section, which is going to be the header. Now for the footer, we are just going to go back, click on footer. And again, you're going to have almost the same identical options, branding, image. You can go ahead and add your image from here. So if you want to add the same image again, you can feel free to do so. And it's going to be added at the bottom. Okay, there you go. So if we click on that, you're also going to be able to change the height for it. I'm just going to increase it a little bit. Again, if you want it to be your logo instead or some text, again, it's going to be the same options here. And you have more things. Where am I? I'm lost a little bit. Okay, there you go. Footer, and you have more things like business information that you can actually add. So this is going to be the business name. It's going to show up. Again, these things are going to be from the settings that you set up. Tax registration ID, if you want to set this up, you can feel free to do so. Social links is another thing that you could possibly allow. And if you do this, you simply just tick this and add your social links. I'm just going to turn this off for the time being. And you, again, are going to have more things like layout, padding, text, and so on. So let's go back. And for the button, it's going to be almost identical. You're going to have the different style of a button, whether it's going to be outline, rounded, or solid. And more things like the alignment for it. So whether you want it to be in the middle and so on. So aside from that, once you're done with all of this, you are just simply going to click on save. Save one more time. And let's just go back now. You simply just want to go back to the same section. So let's just go back to email campaigns automations. And then we simply just click on the automation here, which is recover abandoned carts, and you can actually see that the design is already present. Click on edit email, and now instead of actually editing the style, you just simply go ahead and edit the actual email itself. Now, if you're familiar with actually setting up a blog in Squarespace, it's almost identical to it when it comes to adding elements. So here for the text, you can feel free to adjust it this way. So you can just do, this is a test, and it's going to pretty much, change the actual thing for you, the text. And the same goes for the rest of them. If you want to highlight something and format it, is also a possibility. So do whatever you want when it comes to adding your text, your own text, and adjusting it to your liking. If you want to add another element, you can simply just click on the plus icon, and you're going to be able to add text, lines, images, or even spacers. So these options are going to be the ones that are available for you to add in this email. So you can just feel free to click on images if you want, click on that image, upload your own. I'm just going to remove it. I'm not going to upload an image right now. And same goes here. If you want the complete your order button, it's not going to really change much here. The only thing that you can actually change is the design for it, but it has a specific purpose, and it's going to be the same. It's not going to be changing because you already set up the automation outside. And you also have this right here, which you can adjust the padding and lines for. So you can feel free to go ahead and add your text, add your images, make it however you like it to be, and just make sure you click on save from the top left corner, and you're good to go. Now the only thing left for us to do is just go back and make sure it's active, otherwise it's not going to work. So just go back to the same section, email campaigns, automations, and click on activate from the top right corner. And now it should be good to go. It's ready and you're set. Now, if you want to change stuff like how many days you want to wait before the email actually sends out and that type of stuff, in this case, you may want to actually disable this one. So you can just click on pause and create your own one from the top right corner. You just basically want to set up the same thing. You want to go ahead and find the trigger, which is going to be having people basically, it's going to be within the re-engagement here. So if you find the actual trigger itself, so I'm not really going to be able to find it right away, but basically once people leave the say with me, the actual cart, the abandon the cart, you can set up the condition, which is going to be waiting for 1 day, which is a delay. You can change it to be 2 days and stuff like that, and then adjust the email again the same way. So that's pretty much all for this video. Hopefully you found it to be informative and helpful, and thanks for watching.